We're going to Iceland. Hi, I'm Taylor Welden, Creative Director of Carryology. Today we're here at the Huckberry Gear Lab and we're going to talk about my packing list for Iceland. Okay, so the way this trip came about, this will be my third trip to Iceland, and this last time I went was October, November of 2021. There was that active volcano and I missed it by like a week, and it drove me crazy because we did this awesome like 2-week adventure driving the entire ring road plus the West Fjords. And like the one thing missing, we saw the Northern Lights, the one thing missing was the volcano. There's a fissure that just erupted in Iceland, and I was like, dude, I have to go. Now, there's some challenges when it comes to Iceland. It's so brutal. It's cold, it's very cold, it's wet. If you're out exposed in the elements and you don't have waterproof gear, you could die in Iceland. So I have 2 bags this time, so let's dig into both these bags and what I packed in them. First of the 2 bags is my Arc'teryx Alpha FL30 backpack. Totally waterproof. This can take severe rain, downpour, and it will not get wet on the inside. This is to travel on the plane. I can have my camera gear. I don't want any baggage handlers touching my camera gear. And then when I rent the vehicle or 4-wheel drive vehicle, I can change it out, take stuff out, put a shell in here, water in here, maybe some food, so I can go on hikes with it. And next up, I have the Big Agnes Big Joe duffel, and this is 80 liters. And it's full of my camping gear, my sleeping bag, my tent, my clothes, my boots, all the big, heavy, bulky stuff that I don't want to carry on my back. So when I get the rental car, toss this in the back, and this is kind of like my traveling suitcase, traveling gear bag, all the stuff that I need to survive. All right, so now let's show you how I pack these bags up for this trip to Iceland. All right, so packing out this bag, the Carryology Expedition patches. These are going to be placed around Iceland, around the volcano and some other cool spots. Flashlight and extra batteries and a therm volt headlamp. Gonna need that for late night hiking. We wanna see that volcano at night. Sunglasses, regular glasses case, lives right in there. Going into the main compartment. Only 2 compartments in this whole bag. Don't really like roll tops, but Iceland, gonna need that. Need to have all this stuff stay dry. It's a little bit harder to get into, a little bit slower, but that's fine for the benefits of the weather protection. Start with my toiletry DOP kit, first aid kit in the bottom here. That's gonna go on the bottom, just so when I place the bag down, it's not gonna hit my camera or anything like that. So it's just the whole way down here. I got my Snow Peak titanium water bottle. Gotta be titanium, all titanium, everything forever. I got my camera kit, this extra batteries, cables, everything I need for my camera kit. This is actually the Bellroy Carryology pencil case collab. We have my zoom lens, 100 to 400 Canon RF. Got a 16mm Canon RF lens. Don't know why I'll need this, but might need it. We'll see. My Canon R5 and my Matador pouch here prevents it from getting knocked around. I have a 50mm 1.2 on here, big old lens. Keeping this towards the top of the bag with all that stuff beneath it. I love this little pouch. It's like a little sleeping bag for your camera. A roll top sleeping bag. And then finally, this is my little tech kit. All my cables, extra batteries, phone cables here, Sharpie. Got charger, extra battery, international plug here. More pouches, field notes, flashlight, collab pen, Gorilla tape. Got some super glue in here, waterproof lighter, keys, mints. Whole bunch, everything I need, basically my little emergency kit. That's gonna go on top of the bag here, so if I wanna access it on the plane, I can get it relatively easily. This will be my airplane kind of setup, and then this will transition into a day hiking pack. So this is the second bag of my 2-bag packing system. This is all the big gear. This is the stuff I'm gonna check this bag in when I go to the airport. It'll cinch down, and it's very, very water resistant. It's not waterproof, but if this is out on the runway, getting rained on, all my stuff will stay dry. We've got a camelback bladder insulated. I'm gonna put this on the bottom because it's flat, and this will also act as padding when I drop the bag down. A little Sea to Summit stuff sack, compression sack. I have a Big Agnes Echo Park sleeping bag. If this wasn't compressed down, it'd be huge. So that's the Sea to Summit with the event waterproof on the back. This here is how I start packing, because that will add its padding and kind of start to fill the bag out a little bit. This is important. I learned on my last trip to Iceland to have an expedition tent. I have lots of different tents. but this one is single wall, which was my first time ever using a single wall tent. This is totally weatherproof, so I know it will work in Iceland. And I put this in here, the back, and that's kind of like built out my structure for the bag. And now I can pack all my gear kind of around these kind of bigger, bulkier items. All right, so now we've got it all set up here, ready to go. All this negative space right here. Now I have my clothing kit here, and this is all the clothes I'm bringing for 6 days in Iceland. I've got proof t-shirts, merino wool. Merino wool is magic. The merino wool quarter zip, boxers, socks, everything I need, all merino wool, of course. Fits right in here. A Thermarest sleeping pad. I also have a Big Agnes sleeping pad, but it's a little bit bulkier. Decided to go a little bit smaller this time, just like that. And now I've got my Peak Design carbon fiber tripod. This could go in my carry-on backpack, but this thing is super strong. But I don't need to carry this on my back for the airplane. I'm gonna put this in the center, so it'll be protected, you know, in case it does get bumped or anything like that. And here I've got the Naglev Combat WP boot. This is Kevlar, waterproof, awesome boot. It's gonna be great for Iceland. I'm not gonna wear this on the plane. I have some like waterproof slippers that I'll be wearing around the campsite on the plane. So I'll be packing these in the bag just to make it a little bit easier. I've got a proof insulating mid layer here, and I like to roll my jackets into their own hood, nice and small. I'll put this kind of in front of the tripod here, so it kind of protects the tripod a little bit. I've got a proof lightning jacket. This is waterproof, and this is a 2.5 layer seam sealed jacket. Put this here just for a little bit of padding. Building this whole thing out. And now, because it is Iceland, I'm bringing a second waterproof jacket. This is the Arc'teryx Beta SV waterproof jacket. Like I mentioned before, with jackets, I like rolling them into their own hood. So they're nice, compact, little happy packages. That goes right there. And now, got a pair of Arc'teryx Beta AR waterproof Gore-Tex pants. Last time I was standing under a waterfall in Iceland, these kept me dry. These can kind of just go right there, top of the boots. Got a pair of Arc'teryx gloves. It's not going to be super cold there, it's going to be cold, but I've got these, they can just kind of go right there. Ultralight Aircore travel pillow. This is going to be for my sleeping. And finally, it's just kind of like a little extra insurance. It's a Sil nylon kind of laundry bag, but this will go on top. That's it. Got it all. Seal this big bad boy up. I like the zipper pullers on here. Oh, metal. So these are pretty cool. You only really need to cinch these down for when you're traveling on the airplane. So you can really crank these down. It'll save you some room. So it makes it a little bit smaller, a little bit tidier. Big bag. That's what they call it, the Big Agnes Big Joe Duffel. 80 liters worth of gear. This is Taylor Welden, Creative Director of Carryology, here at the Huckberry Gear Lab. I'm signing off. I'm heading to Iceland. Let's go.
Hey guys, just a friendly reminder, we are going to be dropping Gear Lab videos every single week. So make sure you're liking these videos, letting us know how we're doing. Also, subscribe so you get notified when these do drop. And most importantly, we want to hear from you. So if you've got comments, you've got questions, you've got product suggestions, drop them in any of these videos, send us a DM. We'll be on the lookout. Gear Lab is for you guys. We love talking product. So until then, we'll see you out there every week.